it's me, Lisa Concepcion, with my weekly Facebook Live. I'm coming to you from the bed. I'm just straight chilling. I was reading, so excited, oh my God. I got the book, Book Yourself Solid. But this book is so awesome because it's like a picture book. Yeah, it's like a picture book. So like everything it tells you to do to build your business is done in the form of a picture. So if you guys are looking for a really cool book to guide you through forming your business, your service business. So see, here's the deal, my coaching business. I'm always trying to make things better so I can better serve the people. That's why I'm doing the Facebook Live. Reading up in my bed. I got the readers on. Anyway, last week when I did my Facebook Live, I left off talking about how I was about to move to Miami. The year 2010. It was actually this time of year. It was summer of 2010. And this episode here of this Facebook Live is dedicated to trusting your gut. And that little inner voice that never lies is always there for you, always has your back. And when you listen to it, amazing things happen in your life. So that summer, 2010, I was living in New Jersey and I was about to separate from my husband. And I didn't really know it. We weren't really clear on what was going to happen. We just knew that we were selling our house and either we were going to move apart or together. I had no clue what was going on. And that right there was just something I don't recommend to people. It's so horrible to put your power in someone else's hands when it comes to a relationship. And so when you are in your primary relationship, which is the relationship between you and you, first, most, and always, you never put your happiness in the hands of someone else or the state of a relationship in the hands of someone else. You just don't do it. You're like, this is what I'm about. This is where I'm at. If I'm getting vague, I'm going to make the decision for both of us. So write that one down. When you truly, truly commit to loving yourself first, most, and always, you're not putting up with the bullshit of the vague and the limbo. So, hi, I'm married at this point. We're married like 12 years. 12 years, dude. Like, don't you think you should know where you stand? 12 years. But the deal was that we weren't very self-loving to one another. Like, to one another, we loved each other, yeah. But conditionally, because we didn't love ourselves first. So here it is, 2010. And I, come rolling up onto the husband. And I'm like, all right, what's the deal? Like, we're going to sell this house. And what happens next? And so he says that he was going to move to San Diego. And I remember, like, trying to get information from him, like, okay, are we moving together to San Diego? Are you going first and then setting up with work and finding a job and figuring out where we're going to live? Like, what goes on? And then, like, I come after with the dog and whatever, our furniture. And, like, I'm trying to piece out how this life is going to play out. And I'm getting, like, nothing. I'm getting, like, well, I'm just going to go to San Diego. This is my ex-husband saying this to me. And I just need time. I just want to go out there by myself. I don't know how long this is. I don't know if it means 90 days. I don't know if he means 2 weeks. I don't know if he means indefinitely. No idea. No idea. And back then, I didn't have the self-love to say, here's the deal. We sell this house, we're done. You go to San Diego, and I go wherever, and we're done. You leave me, we're done. Either we're a team, or we're done. And I didn't, like, think that way. I was like, everything was just swirling around me and like everything was in panic mode. And I said, okay, oh my God. Like I felt when he said to me that he was going to move to San Diego and like I wasn't coming and he didn't want me around and whatever. I felt as if like I left my body. It was the weirdest feeling ever. I don't know if you guys ever had a feeling like that where like you legit feel like you're hovering over yourself in this moment in a conversation with someone. And this little voice, divine little voice, which I believe is God speaking through me, to me, as me, says, go to Miami, Lisa. You'll be happy there. And so I didn't know why. I didn't know what this meant. But I felt it come from deep within the pit of me, up through my brain, and out of my mouth, where I said, okay, you're going to go to San Diego, so then we sell this house, and I have no place to live. Okay, I'm going to go to Miami. I'll be happy there. And that was it. And then I figured it out, and I looked up different apartments and floor plans based on the measurements of my furniture and the fact that I needed a pet-friendly building, and figured that was August, maybe July-ish, middle. And by September the 27th, I believe it was, I was in a car, my car, with my dog, my dad following me from New Jersey down I-95 to South Beach. My dad was in a Penske moving truck, and I was in my car with my dog at the time, Fooey. And so off to Miami I went. I left everything that I knew, everything cushy, familiar, my cushy little commute to New York where I can easily find a job, although in 2010 that was not happening. But, you know, if I stuck around, I'd be able to find something again. But I was done. I was done with the grind of a life professionally. I was done with just done. I'm like, the inner voice spoke. It said, go to Miami. You'll be happy there. I had no idea how I was going to earn money in Miami. I had no idea what I was going to do with myself in Miami. No idea. I just knew that I wanted to be where I would feel good, because feeling good mattered so much to me. And I think it was because I kind of knew how sad I was going to be. And, like, being apart from my husband, like, mind you, this is a guy, at the time of this entire story, I'm 39 years old. And I know my husband at this point since I was 20. So 19 years I know this person. And I'm about to just leave everybody. The parents, the family, the friends, like, all uprooted. Bye. Not, like, with anger or anything, just, I gotta go. I got to go. Journey, I'm on it. So, I went, and I, like, white-knuckled it down, driving in storms, in September, torrential, sideways rain, big trucks, splashing water on my car, and there I am, oh my God, and I'm like walkie-talkieing to my dad, like, we're getting off, dude, I can't see. So, like, we had total adventures, definitely something I will never forget in my life ever, bonding moment with my dad. But I will give you this little tidbit of advice. If you're thinking of moving, like right now, if you're watching me from like the Midwest and you're like, or North or wherever, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of moving to Miami, I'm definitely going to move. Like, it seems so great there and I'm over it here and whatever. Sell your furniture with your house. And if you're divorcing, totally sell the furniture, the dishes, the forks, everything. Like, pack up your, like, essential, your clothes, obviously, but, like, everything else, sell it with the house. Sell the furniture, sell it all, tag on another 20 G's and be like, you get the furniture, dog. You get it all. Toodaloo. I'm out. Reason for that, I believe that things carry energy. And, like, you want to start fresh, you start fresh. And also, the second thing is, dude, Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, clunky ass house, Northeast house furniture does not fit in a one-bedroom apartment in Miami, nor does the aesthetic. I mean, big chunky wood furniture, big chunky couch, like loved my furniture up north. Didn't quite translate well down here in Miami. So the point of the story is, trust the gut. That little voice inside has shown up for me, and I'm sure you too. I'm sure you've had instances where that little voice saved your ass. And you didn't even know it at the time. You didn't even know, like, you know, did moving to Miami save my ass? In many ways it did. And in many ways it didn't. But the entire trajectory of my life changed with that one decision. Go to Miami. You'll be happy there. Little voice inside spoke out, on point, totally guiding me, and I trusted it. So now it's 2010. I arrive in Miami, and oh my God, I was one, like, angry, sad, confused, like, looking for my happiness in everything outside of me type of person. So luckily I got here and, you know, I'm friendly and outgoing and whatever, and I meet some cool people. They kind of like took me on under their wing, and, you know, it was a wonderful time. But there was a part of me that was so missing my husband, wanting my life that I knew, actually wanting a new life in Miami, but with the husband. So it was like, I was down for being in Miami. I'm like, this place is awesome. This weather is amazing. This life is great. Holy crap, you're outside all the time. Like, it was just so light. And I don't know, I just felt good at the beach with the bike and going to the beach. And it was great. And I knew that I felt good here. And I wanted that, though, with my then husband. And I felt so lost. Like, I was just like looking for someone else to just swoop in and take my mind off of the sadness of losing this person, which brings me to number 2 point, which is, dude, you cannot, like, satisfy yourself from a relationship in turmoil with another relationship. What the hell? So that was like my go-to thing, though, because of the codependency, which I talked about already. It was like, oh my God, I have to be in a relationship immediately. And it was like, no, you didn't. But at the time, this is what my head was. This is what happens to people when you're in that codependent kind of place where you're just like, my life and my self-worth and, like, who I was, my identity was so connected to being with someone else that I, like, didn't even know who I was on my own. And then I had this, like, fantasy of who I thought I should be on my own. Never good, because it's a completely, like, not true to who that person is. It was more about, like, the partying and the Miami, look at me, look at I'm on a boat, look at me, life. And it's funny because now I go on boats and it's like with like a different intention. Like back then it was like, let's get drunk, let's hook up, let's get into some shit. And now I'm like, oh, I just want to have fun with my friends and I know everybody on the boat. And it's not to say that I didn't love the people and I met some amazing people. But it's just my intention. They were all cool. It was my intention and my energy going into that situation was not what it is now. And it served its purpose for the time. I can't be hating on where I was because from there I learned. And I have to be kind and loving to myself. Like, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be here in my bed, all snuggy, with my reading glasses, chilling, reading, Book Yourself Solid. Highly recommended. I'm into it. By Michael Port. Yeah. New York Times best-selling author. That's where I go to get my advice. I go find the people who are doing what I want to do at a high stellar level, and I learn from them. So this is kind of, where I'm at. So now, back to the story. I'm in Miami, and it's like, September, October, November, December, January. 4 months. Now, when you're 4 months completely on your own, and your husband is, like, out in San Diego, and you don't know, like, is he coming for me? Are we married? Are we still married? Are we separated? Are we divorced? What are we doing? And it's, like, all hell's breaking loose. You get so erratic. Like, you feel so unstable. And then, luckily, at that time, thank God, people from New York called me to do some marketing and PR work down here with an agency. So there was a New York agency, and they had people here doing a Miami division of that agency, and they wanted some New York mindset, worker bee ethic up in here. So they hired me, but that was like super short term. Then I went to another agency. Like, the stability was so not there. And I was working with this other agency too, like just doing the whole PR thing, because that's what I thought I was going to do down here. And like everything just shifted. Like, here it is, January. And I remember watching, like, I was watching the Jets play the Patriots in, like, the second round of the playoffs by myself. And I'm like, what the hell is my life becoming? And yes, the Jets did beat the Patriots. So that's, like, amazing. And that is, like, kind of like my Super Bowl, because it's misery being a Jet fan. All my New York people are feeling me on this. I do root for the Giants, too. I love all New York sports. Just going on a tangent. Handle it. New York in the house. Where are all my New York people? What we got? Jets or Giants? Weigh in on the feed. Football season coming. Right now, I'm Yankees. Boyfriend likes the Yankees. I'm so loving the Judge, but he's slumpy a little bit after the All-Star break. Anyway, back to the story. So, yeah, I'm watching sports. I'm feeling completely out of sorts. And around that time, the husband calls me and then tells me that he's going to drive from San Diego to Miami to be with me because he missed me. He misses his wife. So I'm all happy. Oh, my God, he's coming. This is amazing. We're going to, like, all totally be together and build this life in Miami. And oh my God, I have to get my rings like cleaned and made bigger because I gotta wear them now. And it's like poofo magic, we're back, it's on. Problem is, we didn't really have a plan. So he was gonna just poof, show up in Miami, and now we're like merging our lives again, and stuff went on while we were apart. Like, with other people. It's just the trust is banged out. It's just a disaster. So now, he arrives in Miami, and I'm like, okay, so what's the plan? No plan. No jobs. No knowing what's what with what. And I'm just like, this sucks, dude. Like, I am not feeling this at all. And I'm happy you're here, and then yet there's like, we're broke-ass busted. Like, this sucks. Like, I feel like this isn't fair. Like, this is not fair. Like, you just, like, rolled up on me here in Miami. Like, I've been living here for 5 months now. I have friends. I've created a life for myself. I have this apartment. I've been taking care of the dog, taking care of myself. And, like, you're gonna roll up in here and be, like, disrespectful and be like, okay, here I am. Let's go get ice cream. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, you left me. So this was my attitude then. I was like, that's some shit. You chose this. You leave, and what, now you're, like, not secure in what you're doing in San Diego, so you gotta, like, come and like, descend upon my life here? Like, with no plan? Like, I could see, roll up and be like, listen, I gave it a bunch of thought while I was away. I, like, scored some interviews. I got some job offers and things lined up and whatever. And, I was talking with people, Skyping with people, talking with people, whatever. I have some kind of prospect, something. But it was like nothing. It was like, I'm here, la la. So anyway, it didn't go over too well with me. And then on top of that, like, it was just disrespectful, like texting and shady shit going on behind my back. And like, when he came, I locked it down. I shut it all down. Partying, done. Everything was like, I'm gonna go be Lisa the wife, because that was it. That's what I wanted. And then it was like, but like, you're here, and what do we do? And it was like, okay, Lisa, make a life for us. It just was really lonely, and I didn't feel like I was part of a team anymore, and it made me really sad. But I had to stand up for myself, and I just said, I think it's just better if, like, you move out, and you could live in Miami. Like, I'm not the mayor of Miami. I can't tell you not to live in Miami, but I just don't think we could live in the same apartment. I think it's just, we need a plan. And until there's a plan, like, I can just roll solo. And that was the beginning of, like, this 4.5 years of straight limbo. And here's another lesson. Honestly, if you guys are in a relationship, whether you're in a long-term relationship or married or whatever, and there's discussion of like breakup and I need space and all this bullshit, like, done. I know it is so hard. Oh my God, it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing. It took me 4.5 years to go from the moment of selling house, moving to Miami, separating, to divorced. And that 4.5 years, oh my God, angry, totally out of sorts, like split energy, kind of married, not really married, going on dates. But where am I on this date? How are you supposed to commit to someone if you can't even commit to yourself? That's what my message was to myself. I'd be look in the mirror and be like, Lisa, how are you supposed to commit to anybody and expect anyone to commit to you if you're not committed to yourself? You're not self-loving. You're not loving yourself first and most and always. You're dicking around in this half-assed marriage where you're not even having sex. You're not even seeing each other. Your finances are completely separate. You're sitting here on your own, and you're too much of a puss ass to file for divorce because you have hope, like an idiot. You have hope that this person is somehow going to wake up and, like, all of a sudden want to proceed in a life with you. Nah, not going to happen. Like, look, a chicken doesn't die a lion. A chicken is a chicken until it's dead. And a lion is a lion until it's dead. A chicken won't die a lion, bro. So what you see in front of you is what is. When people show you what they're about, believe them and then make some decisions. Because changing people and making them try to be the way you need them to be to make your life happy, not worth your time, dude. It's like people don't know what they want themselves minute to minute. They're fickle. You're going to try to control them? No. Best thing to do in that situation is go within. Go within. And you know what? Husband and I didn't even have lawyers involved. We didn't have children. We sold our house. We split the money 50-50. We both paid money for the house. We both put into the house. We had a very 50-50 marriage, so boom, 50-50. My assets were mine, his were his, nothing crazy with the money. And, furniture, whatever, I kept it all. I still have it. If I sell it, whatever, he has dibs, all is well. But, like, that's the petty shit that gets in the way of your happiness. And a lot of people will fight tooth and nail with lawyers over, like, the cheese pillow. Like, they'll literally go, like 10 rounds fighting over this ridiculous, like, $30 pillow that you put between your legs when you sleep that you can find at Bed Bath & Beyond with the coupon. And you're sitting there getting all in a tizzy over this, because it's not about the pillow. It's about the connection. It's about the anger. It's about the other stuff. So don't do that to yourself. Oh my God, I have like a Taz hair in my nose. Ugh. Okay. So yeah. So look, rule of thumb, happiness for self, first, most, and always, in any situation you're in, whether you're in the relationship, leaving the relationship, your relationship with you, first, most, always. That's it. And then you make some decisions from there. I mean, like the time that I had in Miami, and I'll like even elaborate more on that journey, which kind of like brought me to the darkest of the pit of the dark, and how I like brought myself out from that pit of pathetic, awful shit. And what I learned from it, I mean, holy shit, like you come out of stuff and you see like what you're made of, and emotionally how you just have the ability, like if you ever have gone through some shit, and I'm sure there are people in this thread who are like feeling me on this, where like you've gone through some shit and you feel like you were just pushed in a well and you just like fell backwards like Samara from The Ring. You fell in the well, but you get to the bottom and you look up and you're like, dude, either I die here or I climb out. Like, I gotta get out of here. And you find your way out, and like once you get out of that, you're never the same again. You're forever changed. And I help people in that, whether it's divorce, breakups, you know, being alone and just being comfortable and loving it and thriving in it. Dude, you know how many times during my 90-day post-breakup detox, which is what I did after my divorce and subsequent breakup with a complete and total sociopath maniac. More on that later. Literally, like Saturday nights, sitting here chilling, the Taz are at the foot of the bed. Me, I didn't wear readers at the time. That was just a new development. But, you know, picking a book, a self-help book, and just notebook on one side of the bed, self-help on the other, reading, studying myself, dissecting, peeling back the onion layers, getting to the core issues, because I knew the life that I wanted for myself. And I knew that I had to heal, and I had to go inward, and I had to really do the work and get serious about the kind of happiness I wanted, and that I had the ability to cultivate it for myself, and no one else could, nor was it anyone else's responsibility. That was like, that was freedom right there. So I made the commitment. But, you know, that time frame, that 4.5-year gap was rough, because the husband and I were so bonded, so codependent, so connected, and we just genuinely loved each other. Like, loved hanging out, laughed all the time. Somebody saying some stupid shit that's hilarious. You know, just we got our humor, very enduring qualities that we had, and that's what made it so sad. It was like we have all this great stuff, but like, why is it not working? And that was always the question that we would ask. And we'd hang out, we'd go to dinner, we'd go to the movies, we'd go food shopping together, we'd go to the beach. Like, we were rolling like split energy, like couple, not couple, couple, not couple, confusing. And after a while of that, it's just so unhealthy. It's so taxing on your energy. And it makes you completely unavailable to anyone else. I mean, I wasn't showing up well in my friendships, in my work, in anything. It was like my entire being was wrapped up in my worthiness as it appeared in this relationship. It was awful. So, that said, anything you're hearing me blab about tonight is resonating with you, and you're just like, dude, you are speaking to my soul right now. I got this girlfriend, I got this boyfriend, and we got a husband, wife, blah, blah, whatever your relationship situation is. But you're like, together, apart, sometimes together, sometimes apart, off and on. We're off, we're on, we're on, we're off, we're on. That shit is not healthy, but you need to figure it out. So, part of my coaching practice is helping people do exactly that. So I am what you call a relationship dating coach. My specialty is in love life transformation. So my deal is that I help people transform their love lives in 30 days, starting with themselves. And what I mean by that is very simple. Like, I have clients and they'll be like, what's up? You said you were going to transform my love life in 30 days. Like, I haven't met my person. Like, whatever. This is bullshit. And then I'm like, no, it's kind of not, because look at how you're handling yourself when you go out now. Look at how you're handling your mindset. Look at where your mindset is versus where it was a month ago. And then they're like, yeah, you're right. You know what? I totally told that guy to go screw off, and I feel good about it. I know what I want. I'm clear in what I want. So, look, if you're looking for clarity, if you're looking for a mindset shift, if you're looking at, like, your life as it is with regards to relationships and marriage and dating and whatever, and you're just like, this sucks, there has to be a better way, hit me up. I will coach you through it. I have a process. I have a plan. I give it to you. We work stuff out. And it's very customized. No two people are alike. Everybody's on their journey. Your journey's perfect where it is. Even my shit show journey of 2010 through like 2015, that was all necessary to bring me here. It gave me the purpose of wanting to coach and wanting to help other people out of their deep pit well of shit. And if I can be of service in that way to people, then all the shit that I overcame, went through, studied, those nights, crying, waking up at 3 a.m. with anxiety, all of it will be done for a purpose. If I can help other people, then all of that shit wasn't for nothing. Because if I can't help the people, then that's what it is. All that crap I went through, it was like it was for nothing. It was just for me. And that's not enough for me. I got it for the world, you know? Everybody goes through relationships. Everybody goes through awful, awful things. And you just gotta hone it in with yourself, man. So, love yourself. Be loving and kind to you first, most, and always. And hit me up, Lisa at lisaconcepcion.com. That's Lisa at lisaconcepcion.com. You could also check me out at lisaconcepcion.com or lovequestcoaching.com. Check out my story. Check out the packages. Most importantly, what's in it for you. All the packages I came up with that kind of give you the guidelines of the kind of coaching options that you have available. And we'll get together and we'll hash it out. I'd love to hear your story. And you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. We're all on this journey. And where you are is perfect. Good night, everybody. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.